Well, good afternoon from us here, and I just got back from Taliban and I've done my shopping for groceries. Not very much, as we are waiting so that we can worship at the altar of the great God ATM for my pension. So, as some of you probably know, we are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, or as the Americans would say, between a rock and a hard place, because we had an unexpected requirement on our project in which before we could get our specific work permit on that, we had to do some electrical work, which actually is the opposite way round to the way that it's done, I think, in the US and certainly in the UK, where you do the work after you get the permit, because the permit is to permit you to do the work. Well, what am I to question the great minds of local government? And I'm not, of course. So, in order to meet those requirements and expenses, we've been shopping pretty, well, nothing pretty about it. It's been bloody frugal, I can tell you. So today I just went to get some stuff to just tide us over for a few days. And you'll be familiar, if you've watched these trips into virtual heart attack territory, when I read out the list of stuff that we've got, you'll be familiar with it. So the big items, I try and ring the big items now so that I can see them easily. And the first big one is honey. I got honey, that stayed the same at 137 pesos. We also got the pork on the bone, the big bones, pork bones, big pack, it says 86 pesos, and another big pack, 91 pesos. Doesn't seem like a lot, does it? $2. And for that we will get a pretty delicious meal, actually, because it makes a huge amount of broth in there with it as well, or soup, as Beth calls it. So we've got pork bones at 91, 86, and a smaller pack at 58. So that was that one. I couldn't go without my cheese because I snack on that all day with crackers and stuff, and often have a meal replacement in that. I don't have anything else to eat. Anyway, Eden cheese, that's cheaper than I thought it was. It says here it's only 114 pesos. 114 pesos. That's hardly $2. So there's that. I got nice packs of tomatoes, locally grown, which I really like. And they were only, for 2 or 3 tomatoes, was 18 pesos. 116 for apples, and then extra hot, I didn't realize they were extra hot packs of I bought 5 packs. We really are growing frugal. 5 packs of noodles, which we might have with rice or as a snack sometimes late at night. If we've eaten fairly light in the evening dinner, we'll break open a pack of extra hot noodles. So they were, let me see, I got 5 packs and they were only 12 pesos each. So it really comes out very cheap if you think about it. The extra hot only came out to 60 pesos. Now, I've got to pat myself on the back here because I went in with the intention of spending only 1,000 pesos. Guess how much it came to? 916 pesos, which I thought was pretty good. that means that just along the way I would add things up, usually rounding things up a little. But anyway, so it only came to 916 pesos and 78 pesos. 78 centavos. So under my 100,000 target, which I thought was pretty good. Now, it's funny how people do tend to criticize criticize us at a much higher level than they criticize themselves usually. But that's human nature, isn't it? We never really reveal the truth about our situation, do we? Because we're too busy blinding ourselves. I just had a comment from someone. I think that they were referring to me, but they referred to me as being 70 years old and Beth as being 30. So I had to correct them, say, actually, I'm 85 years old in a couple of months and Beth is 35 years old. And unfortunately, we've had to go against his generality, which he states based on his opinion. And we all know what opinions are like, don't we? But had to contradict him and say that we'll be coming up fairly soon on 11 years of marriage. But of course I could be a little bit exaggerated on that. And for the most part, I think that we have been pretty successful at doing that. When people comment in these ways, they're only making comments to hurt. They're not making you feel better. The one comment that I just said, I have to wonder, what's the psychological, I'm paraphrasing, what's the psychological mindset of a 70-year-old who blinds himself to the motives of a 35-year-old when he gets married? I suppose they can't quite see it for themselves, and I also suspect that their mommy doesn't know that they're on the computer, and they're still looking forward to their first girlfriend. Many times, I got to tell you, many times, when they come to the Philippines and they see Filipinas for the first time. A friend of mine has just come out. He's not a sex tourist. He's come out with his wife. He's very, very happy, and they're here trying to find to decide where they would like to live. So they're in Cebu at the moment. And he just messaged me, and he said, I'm astonished at the number of beautiful women are passing me all the time in the mall. So he's in one of the malls on Cebu, and he is amazed. And I've said this before, in praise of Filipinas, that maybe it's me, maybe I just have an eye for beauty which is in the Asian style, so I'll admit that, and I'm not presenting my opinion as if it's fact. But I've always said that if I go into Taliban, I will see maybe 20 or 30 women who, if it were only based on another circumstance, of course, if it were based only on aesthetics, what do they look like? There would be 20 or 30 that I would be happy to be married to be with as girlfriend or wife, because the level of beauty is incredible. And not just the women, the young men. Not that I'm into young men. The young men are handsome. So it seems to me that the Filipinos are getting ever more handsome and beautiful. But that's just my take on it. Let me look at the treasures that I have here, but I've already told you about most of them. Everything again is beautifully packed. So funny. I wanted to buy 4 of these, so I took them off the long string. As I said, we're frugal. I took them off the string. Oh, I see that I've gone slightly out of sync.